Amanda here from DMG, and today I thought I would share with you this colouring book that I found that's based on the Horizon Zero Dawn game images and artwork. I just thought it was something a little bit different, and it's a bit of a crossover from my main channel, which is actually all about papercraft, making cards, colouring, etc, etc. So I thought it would be a fun sort of crossover of the two channels. So for here I thought what we'd do is just take a look at the book. On my main channel, what I will do is I will actually colour one of the images on the video, and what I'll do at the end of this video is I will link that video up to this one, so if you do want to see some colouring on the actual book, then you'll be able to take a peek at that as well. Look, so first of all, as always, let's have a look at the actual quality of the book itself. It's just a paperback book for normal colouring. The cover is quite a decent cover, and the paper itself that you colour on is actually really nice. I don't know what it would be like to colour on, but it feels like it would be really good quality. I suspect you couldn't use markers because it will go through, and it has got images on both sides, so I think you'd be looking at pencils or maybe some gel pens, but even then I would be cautious. So I'm just going to flick through so you can have a look at the images and take a peek and see if it's something that you think you would fancy. So we've got, starting off here, we've got sort of individual images. Some of them go across, so we've got Aloy here when she's younger, then we've got some of the machines, and obviously Aloy. This looks like this is two separate images, but it looks like it's one because it goes right up to the centre bit here, but it is actually two separate images. And then we've got one here that I think is one complete image, but again, it might not be. It's hard to tell. No, I think this might be two again. And this one here. Oh, this one definitely looks like one image to me, the way that it's doing that. And then we've got Aloy again, and we've got a lovely... Oh, somebody's about to get eaten. Not good. Some of these are quite thick, black, heavy, quite heavy lines. Personally, I like a softer look, so this will be interesting to see because this will give quite a different effect, and I think this will be quite fun to do. See, this is a little bit more paler. I think that one, for me, is a good sort of depth of colour on the lineage, but I think that's sort of more the style, and I think in a way it works for these images because they're quite dramatic, they're quite strong images, so I think that that works quite well. I mean, look at that, that's fantastic, isn't it, right across like that. And again, another double page here. They're hiding. Some of these I'm not so keen on, but I think by the time you colour it, some of the faces, I think, like obviously this isn't Aloy, but some of the faces of Aloy and stuff, I think, oh, it doesn't really look like her. But I think by the time you've coloured it in and you've added the colours that are appropriate for whatever outfit she's wearing, if you want to colour it authentically, obviously the beauty of colouring stuff in is you don't have to. You can make up your own tribal colours for her outfits if you so want. Little romance going on here. And some celebration. I love that one. This one might be one of the ones I start off with because I really like the way that they're holding up the bow, and I think this looks more like her, the way the hair's going like that. And I love that. I remember when I first played the game and I walked across to this city, town, whatever you want to call it, and oh, it was just amazing. It just felt like all of a sudden the world opened up, because this was one of the first games that I played on the well, on a console. I hadn't had a console much prior to Horizon Zero Dawn coming out, and I saw when I knew that I was getting the console, look at that, all that dark, that will be fun to colour all of that. Anyway, I saw an advert for for PlayStation, and it had like a couple of second clips of all these different games, and I saw Aloy and I was just like, I don't know, there was just something about the character that attracted me, but it was so fast. So I just Googled PlayStation game, red-headed protagonist. And for some reason, Google worked it out and it came back with, oh, Horizon Zero Dawn. Right, that's it. I don't even know what it's about. I think it might be too hard for me because I was really new at console gaming at that point. I mean, the nearest I'd come to it was my sort of Nintendo and just a little 3DS thing. And so I was just like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be too difficult, but I didn't really know what open world meant. I mean, I didn't understand any of these things back then. I've been on a very steep learning curve with this. Oh, wow. So, but I thought, no, I'm going to do it. And literally, I think I ploughed over 300 hours into Horizon Zero Dawn. That's including Frozen Wilds, but still I think that's quite a lot because I literally read everything, looked at everything, every inch of this game I looked at, and so I couldn't wait till Forbidden West came out. I kept thinking, I wonder if they'll do a sequel. Then we heard about it and I was like, oh, it just seems so long away. But these images are really fun. They're very vibrant, they're very action based. There's a lot of movement, and I think the movement's coming through, especially when you start adding the colour to it. I think it's going to be really effective. The paper's actually really quite thick. You might, if there's an image you're not so keen on, or maybe at the front where we've just got the title page, which is the same paper, it might be worth checking whether, if you do use markers, whether it'd go through. Now I've got alcohol markers, so they definitely would go through, but if you had like some gel pens or something like that that you like to colour with, or just regular kind of non-alcohol, because alcohol tends to sink through the paper, alcohol markers, but other types might be less prone to do that. So it might be worth testing because the paper is really good quality. Very impressed. Oh, I love this. See, I like this softer lineage, but I can see how it's working. And more images. Again, they're sort of mid sort of softness here. So there's a little bit of movement, a little bit of drama. So it's a little bit heavier. I think is a deliberate choice on the artist's part. Maybe I'm reading more into it than is there, but it does seem to be that way. I love that, but I think her face doesn't quite look like Aloy to me. But, you know, by the time I guess we put the colours in, it will work. And again here, I just feel like her face just doesn't quite look like her to me. The hair is fab, but, you know, as I said, I'm probably being over picky, but I think it's quite hard to do things like that because this is a flat image and the gaming images are 3D, but they've managed it with the other characters, a lot of them. So I just think, oh, some of the Aloy ones are better than others, I think. But we've got so many different, oh, look at that. That's great, isn't it? A big panorama. That would be fun to colour in. Oh my goodness. Look at him. He's got his mouth wide open. I'm not surprised with that coming at him. Woo! I love that. Her hair there, the way it's moving, I think that looks fab. And him and her, again, a double image. So it's really cool. So that'll be a really fun one to colour as well. See, I think that looks a little bit, again, it's the eyes. It just doesn't quite look like her to me. I mean, it's there nearly, but just not quite. But you tell me what you think. And also, if you've got the book and you've coloured it, and if that has made a difference, I don't think it matters that much, really. I mean, I'm still going to have a lot of fun colouring all of this in. And then we're at the back, and it just tells you about the people that were involved in it. So, and then the back cover there. So that is it. And as you can see, it's quite a thick book, and you saw there's a load of images in there. And I just got mine off Amazon. Very easy to find, no problems at all. I think it's still, you know, current enough that you would be able to find one easily enough. Okay, so as I said, I will put a link like on the screen with a little video link to the video where I do some colouring in this book. So if you want to hop on over to my other channel to take a look at that, then you will see one of these get coloured. So hopefully I will see you over on there as well. So it'd be nice to cross over and see. And I'd love it if you do go on over there, if you take a look at some of the other videos as well, that would be really cool. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this colouring book. As I said, something just a little bit different. I hope you've enjoyed it. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.